morning, everyone, and welcome to the beach resort of Antalya, Turkey for the last day of action at stage 2 of the 2017 Hyundai Archery World Cup. I'm Stephen George, I'm your commentator today. I'll be joined by some expert voices from the archery world as we bring you full coverage of the day's action. Today is Recurve Finals Day. The archers you'll see today all use the Recurve bow, and it's this form of archery which you can see at the Olympic Games. And we do have Olympic medal winners competing today, as well as some other top-class international shooters from all the way around the world. Today we'll see the medal matches from the men's and women's teams, mixed teams and the individual events. A very warm welcome to everyone watching via worldarchery.org online and live on NBC Sports in America. We're very happy to have you here with us on the beach in Antalya. This is a regular stop on the World Cup circuit, so the archers know this arena well. It's been specially constructed for this competition, and the beachfront location adds a special kind of drama to the event, with the Turkish coastline acting as a backdrop to what promises to be a fascinating morning of international sport. It's just after 11 a.m. The weather's very sunny and warm, as you might expect from Turkey in the summer, and the wind is picking up, tugging hard at the flags above the targets, which will be a challenge for the archers, and we'll have more about that later. With me in the commentary box is a man who's been involved with archery for many years, currently as a coach, but also as a double Olympic bronze medalist from 1988 and 1992, Mr. Richard Priestman. Good morning, Richard.
Morning, Stephen.
So we've got 4 matches coming up this morning. Which ones stand out for you?
Well, they all look very exciting to me. Interesting, Chinese Taipei against Japan in the Ricoh women's gold match. These are 2 outstanding teams from Asia. They're sure to be great ambitions for the Olympic gold medal in Japan in 2020.
And we've seen here their routes to the finals here. So Chinese Taipei taking out Ukraine and Russia 6-0 to get here.
Yeah, they have an outstanding team, Chinese Taipei. I talked to their coach this week, and their team is basically their team for the World University Games later this year, which they're hosting. So they're really keen to be good there.
So on to the first match of the day, the bronze final in the Recurve women's team event. The first of 2 appearances for Germany. We'll see their men's team shoot for bronze shortly.
Please welcome the athletes to the field of play for the Recurve women's team bronze medal match.
So here comes the archers from Germany.
The outfit that defeated Italy.
It's interesting, the 2 coaches in the boxes there, they're both Soviet Union ex-world champions.
Ladies and
gentlemen,
shooting
from
target number 2
for the German team, and Stanislav Zabrodsky, former world champion, world record holder from Soviet Union. Great to have that experience in the box.
So there are 3 German archers: Michelle Kroppen, Lisa Unruh and Elena Richter. Unruh and Richter, the more experienced of the trio. Kroppen we know a little bit less about.
Joining us now on the field.
Yeah, she's a relatively new archer to the team, but has been shooting very well this year.
So having that very experienced coach in the box behind her, that's going to be very valuable to someone like her, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
So here we go, here come Russia, their opponents from the Russian Federation, lining up, dropping their equipment at the back of the field of play and taking their positions on the shooting line.
The big challenge for the archers today is the wind here. It's coming very strong off the beach this morning. Where the archers are shooting from, they're relatively sheltered, so they can't feel the full effect of the wind, which as the arrows clear the stand after about 15 meters, they're going to get hit by a strong wind, and they're going to have a big challenge of where to aim on the target. They're going to have to get it right from the start.
Yeah, I mean, the practice area is just next door to this finals venue, but even there the conditions will alter slightly differently between the 2.
Yeah, it's slightly higher up. I mean, the archers are totally in the wind on the practice field, so they're going to get a different sensation on the actual. It's like a coliseum in there, really.
So the rules are very simple. In the team event, it's decided by the set system. Each set has 6 arrows in it. Each archer shoots 2 arrows. The maximum you can score is 60 points in a set. After each set, the scores are totaled up, and then the team with the highest score takes that set. A set win is worth 2 points, A draw is worth 1 point, and the first team to reach 5 set points wins the match. It's a quick fire sport with very little time for the archers to catch their breath, and it will be the team from the Russian Federation who will get us underway here in the first match of the morning here in Antalya, Turkey. Zhenya Perova, Natalia Erdenieva and Sayana Tsiprampilova of the Russian Federation will be the archers to shoot first as we look at the German team.
All these girls have been in high-profile matches before. They're very experienced. I guess the heart rates will still be high, especially this first arrow in the wind.
The wind's strong enough for you to be able to hear it on the microphones here.
9.
But Russia open up with a 9 in the gold.
Yeah, very good start. That's the most inexperienced of the Russian girls. Is Erdenieva the former number one in the world?
9.
Another 9 for her. Erdenieva ranked much lower at the moment, but don't let that ranking deceive you. As Richard said, ranked number 1 in the world in 2007. This is Perova.
8.
An 8 for her.
So some of them will have moved the sights and are aiming straight at the middle. Some will be trying to anticipate and aim off. That's it's always a challenge for the archers. They'll have a different approach to the wind.
So a first look at the German team.
10.
And a 10.
What a great shot. Let's crop in the new girl to the team.
9.
9 for her. She'll be happy with that opening. Relieved to get a strong shot on the board.
Eight.
And an 8. So 27 points for Germany. Russia with 26.
So nothing in it. Very impressed with how they've all started.
10.
10 for the Russian Federation. An advantage to go first, do you think?
I always prefer my teams to go second. I like to see what the other team have done, put pressure on them.
4.
4 for
This is what could happen a lot today, was a combination of nerves and change in the wind, and there'll be some strange arrows down there.
7.
So the Russian Federation finishing up with 47 points there. You'd suggest perhaps Germany have a little advantage now and an opportunity to take this first set.
But anything can happen in this wind. Nobody can be complacent.
2 strong shots there from Kroppen. In fact, this is her, isn't it? This is Michelle Kroppen.
8.
8 for her. 44. So
one good shot to take the set.
And it is a 9, so the Germans take the first set, 2 points for a set victory. So they go into a 2-0 lead over the Russian Federation.
It's interesting, most of the arrows in the target there are slightly on the left side, so that the wind is taking the arrows.
Perceive the direction of the wind a little bit from the flags that you can see here. It looks like it's blowing in off the sea at the moment, doesn't it?
Yes, that makes it very difficult. It's quite blustery as well.
So whilst this is a very picturesque location for a sporting event, it does present some challenges that you wouldn't find in a normal purpose-built stadium, doesn't it?
Yes, because in the wind you're using all your senses to try and gauge what the wind's likely to do to your arrow. So in this kind of sheltered part where they're standing, it's totally different to what the wind is like out on the rest of the range. But most of these, well, all of these girls, their average is round about the 9 value per arrow, so they're always looking to hit the gold all the time. That's what they're capable of. The challenge is to do that under pressure in a medal match in difficult conditions.
Plenty of experience out there for both teams, actually. Erdenieva and Perova have shot over many, many years on the World Cup circuit, as have Richter and Rue for Germany. But we've got two less well-known archers in the group, and they seem to be shooting in the centre of the three, protected somewhat by their more experienced counterparts.
I tend to do that as well. It's a more comfortable place to be. I think the first and the last arrows are probably the most crucial. They set the tone for the set, and also they can close the set out as well to get the win.
So the Russian Federation are behind here, so they'll shoot first again. Aiming to close that gap and win this set.
7.
And they open up with 7. A little shake of the head.
Yes, the wind was quite strong then.
From Sirempilova. Here's Erdenieva. And a 6 for her.
So that's a tough shot.
That inside target seemingly more affected by the wind than the outer one, actually. Here's Perova. And a 10 for her.
They needed that one. Looks like she was explaining where she was aiming then.
And what will the coach be doing at this moment? You know, the Russian Federation, they're ranked #1 in the world, so they expect to do well, but they're not landing the arrow values that they'd expect to see. So they're going to be relying on their coach for some direction here, aren't they?
Trying to keep them calm. Don't panic. You know, next shot could be a good one.
6.
A 6 for Kroppen of Germany.
And everybody's going to make some mistakes today. You have to keep fighting till the very last arrow.
Lisa Unruh, a 10 for her. Again, an arrow that the Germans really needed. So it's 23 points for the Russian Federation, 24 for Germany.
So many of these archers will be pulling a bow back. It's over 40 pounds pull. So it's a lot of strain on the body, trying to coordinate that.
And the bows, although they're very high-tech, quite heavy pieces of equipment too, aren't they?
Yes, yeah, they're quite a few kilos each. It's a very tough sport. A lot of fitness involved. That's a good recovery after a 6 on a first arrow.
Nine.
And a 9 for the Russian Federation, 51 for them.
So 27 to tie. It's quite a tough ask today.
Nothing outside the gold will do.
9.
There's one of them.
Good start.
From Elena Richter. Ranked number 24 in the world currently. Here's Michelle Kroppen. And another 9 for her.
9 or 10, too close to call.
10 to win the set. Lisa will have faced this challenge many times in her career.
9.
And it is a 9 for her, so 51 points.
All right, that was set number 2, ladies and
for
gentlemen.
Germany.
So
the score's pretty square here, but we've got the first German arrow and the penultimate German arrow. Both have stars next to them on the scoreboard, which means those arrows were very, very close to the line. And if they're touching the line, then it will be the greater arrow value that they get for those arrows.
Yes, so the judge at the target will make a call on those arrows. Use a magnifying glass if necessary.
I've seen it many times. So there you go, Germany with an 8, possibly a 9 with their first arrow, and a 9, possibly a 10 with their penultimate arrow. And that could be crucial here because it could take them into a 4-0 lead rather than a 3-1 lead in terms of set points. The Archers pulling the arrows from the target faces now, and actually, yes, those arrows have both been upgraded. So 52 points for Germany means they go into a commanding 4-0 lead. They are in touching distance of this bronze medal. They only need 1 more point to win the match. So it really is all to do for the Russian Federation, ranked number 1 in the world. They qualified in 4th position for this competition.
The last point could be the hardest one to get as well. A lot of pressures in the heads going on now. You see victory coming, and the other team is going to try and come back at you.
And we've seen it plenty of times before, a 4-0 lead going to a 4-2 and then a 4-4 and then into shoot-off territory. But an 8 to open up with for Tsirenpilova.
Yeah, they need to score high now to put some pressure on Germany.
So Erdenieva looking for a bit of consistency, which she's lacked up to now, but a 10 for her.
Super shot. You see her bow arm was shaking a lot there, but she still managed to get a clean shot off and straight in the 10. Prove a very strong shooter.
A 7 from her, much less than she would have liked. 25 points so far for this set for the Russian Federation. Back we come with Elena Richter. Her sunglasses reflecting the stadium view.
8.
And an 8.
Nice shot, just carried a little bit with the wind.
So Michelle Kroppen of Germany. A 10 for her.
Super shot again.
She shot very well. You know, we've been talking about her lack of experience perhaps in these matches, but it hasn't shown, has it?
No, not at all. No, she's got good mental game.
Here we are, Lisa Unruh. Another 9 for her. So 2 points the advantage for Germany after their first 3 arrows of this set. And it really is time for the Russians to pull something out of the bag now.
They do. They need some outstanding arrows now.
That's an 8.
Just not quite getting centered. It's crucial to get centered in archery.
Nine.
Another arrow in the gold. She's doing all she can to wrestle back some control of this match.
They really need a 10 now.
Only found the 10 once so far in this match, Erdenieva.
7.
And it is a 7 for her. 49 points for the Russian Federation. It looks like it's Germany's match to lose here, Richard.
Yes, they just need to keep cool. Just concentrate doing the correct shot. No complacency.
9.
9 points there. Getting closer. 2 more arrows to go. Both teams very quiet, very subdued. Not much chat between them.
6.
And 6 from Kroppen.
So 7 to win the match.
A 7 to win.
Nice Nice shot.
And in the gold for Lisa Unruh, which means ranked number 6 in the competition this week, but they've defeated the world number 1s from the Russian Federation. Congratulations to Michelle Kroppen, Lisa Unruh and Elena Richter of Germany. They take the bronze medal here in the Recurve women's team event here, Richard. And as the archers shake hands, the match played in a good spirit, but really it was Germany who took control of that match right from the off, wasn't it?
Yes, they were very professional the whole match. They made very few mistakes. They got centred. They looked really cool, calm and confident there, didn't they? They were never under any pressure from Russia.
No, I think the lack of pressure from Russia maybe contributed to them being able to settle a little bit, and for their less experienced archer not to worry too much because of the two very experienced archers around her.
Exactly, yes. Yeah, it was quite an easy match for them at the end.
So what will the other archers who will be shooting today learn from that match, do you think? Will they fear the wind now as they walk out onto the...
Yeah, I mean, they'll have been looking themselves. They'll have spotters there checking to see where the first arrow goes in relation to the practice field. They'll see that most arrows have gone slightly left. But the odd one has gone to the right where perhaps the archers over-aimed it.
So disappointment for the Russian Federation, but Zhenya Perova has got another chance at a medal later on, shooting for gold in the individual competition later on this afternoon, which should be a top match.
It's certainly for the afternoon matches. It is an advantage to have been out here in the morning. You get a feel for what the stadium's like. You know what to expect, and you can go with a little bit more confidence.
So we continue as things go in archery. It's a very rapid-fire sport. So we're straight on with the next match, which is the gold and silver medal match, which will be contested by Chinese Taipei and Japan. Just to remind you of the way we score these matches, if you're new to archery, the rules are very simple. In the team event, we decide things by the set system. So each set has 6 arrows in it. Each archer shoots 2 arrows. The maximum you can score is 60 points in a set. After each set, the scores are totaled up, and the team with the highest score takes the set. The set is worth 2 points, a draw is worth 1, and it's the first team to reach 5 set points who wins the match.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the
So on to the field of play come the team from Japan.
Gold medal match. The first outfit joining us on the field defeated Germany in the semifinals.
They're ranked number 10 in the world, but qualified in second position for this competition this week. Remember, a long week of shooting.
On target number 2.
Started on Monday afternoon, and now here we are, mid-morning on the Sunday. So representing Japan, we have Ren Hayakawa, Miki Nakamura,
Sugimoto Tomomi,
and Tomomi Sugimoto. The Japanese team, and Richard, there's some archers who you'll know well there.
Yes, well, Ren Hayakawa, the tall girl from Japan, is an amazing archer. Has won many medals in Asia and the World Cup circuit. Very cool, very much a team leader. She will be encouraging the other 2 girls. You've got one relatively new girl there. There's Sugimoto, is it?
That's right.
Yeah, so they'll be trying to keep her motivated and thinking positively throughout this match.
And here are their opponents from Chinese Taipei: Li Qianying, Pen Xiaomao, and Tan Yating.
Yeah, so from Chinese Taipei, Li and Tan Yating, both very high-class performers. Won many medals between them, and again, one new girl in the team.
Maria Larkina.
And Maria Larkina, who is our line judge for this match, sends the archers back to their coaches. A few last words from the coaches here, Richard.
Right,
what sort of things would you be saying in a scenario like this?
They'll be just talking positive affirmations. They'll be just telling them to just do your normal shot. There's always a tendency in matches to do something, try and do extra, to try harder, and that works against you. They just have to do whatever their normal shot is. That's what they have to do. Their normal shot hits the middle. They just got to do
Turkey.
smooth, strong shots.
And Chinese Taipei will shoot first on
pick the
target
spot on the
1
target,
when we
work away.
commence. Lots of
You were talking
matches to
about
look
getting
forward to, of course,
centered.
all throughout the morning.
Yes, so
We'll be switching over
yeah,
to
you
Recurve men.
can
Right
lose to
after this
teams
match, we will see more of a
who
Team Japan
might
and
have a bigger
Germany, in
group,
fact, in the
but
bronze
they
medal
are
matchup
centered on the middle.
men's side of the field. And then, of course, the big question of the morning, will Team Kazakhstan
You have to make sure
be
you're not
able to
getting
make
too
it
far
2
left or
for
too
2
far right or up
after
and down.
taking gold in Shanghai weeks ago in men's
just need to
team
hit the yellow,
competition.
basically,
They will be up
and,
against Team Italy.
It's a very simple sport when you're shooting good.
Indeed.
It's very, very difficult if things don't go right.
In the women's Recurve team competition.
You hear a lot in racket sports of
few moments indeed. Time now perhaps to show some encouragement,
competitors who talk about seeing the ball really well, or you know, the cup in golf being bigger all of a sudden when you're in form and it's easier to get the ball in. And I wonder whether the same is true in archery, where you just find yourself seeing the target really well sometimes.
Yes, sometimes the middle can look very large. It's being one with the bow. It's very much the Zen principles. They have to be inside themselves and not get too caught up with anything external. It's quite a complicated series of movements, but it all kind of flows together. At the end of the day, they have to let the bow shoot the arrow. The archer's job is to open the bow, get some alignment, get some expansion, and let the bow shoot. The bow is a perfect machine. The human is not so perfect.
So letting the bow shoot is what it's all about, and it will be Chinese Taipei who open us up here in this match with an 8.
Just overcompensated slightly for the wind. One of the questions the archers asked themselves was it me or was it the wind that made the arrow go where it did? That's a bit of anguish there.
8.
Lee with another 8.
Chinese Taipei girls have beautiful technique. You see very strong bow arms, firm anchor, lovely follow through.
9.
So 25 points to start off with their first 3 arrows. Solid start in windy conditions and plenty of pressure too. So let's take a look at Japan now.
8.
Very fast shot.
Do you hurry yourself along a bit more in a team event as an archer because you know that your teammates who are following after you need to use the time you leave for them?
Yes, definitely. They have approximately 20 seconds each per arrow. The important thing is not to rush. The archers tend to rush too much, but they have to do their normal time, whatever their normal time of the shot is, they need to keep to that. But they just save time in the crossovers. They don't waste time there.
8.
And an 8 there for Japan, so they're on 23. So there's a little 2-point margin in favour of Chinese Taipei. Very early stages, of course.
Yes, all to play for.
So we're back with them again now.
8.
Another 8.
So Chinese Taipei grouping well, but they're just slightly to the right.
Lee takes the first 10 of the match.
Chinese Taipei looking very good at the moment.
They're a strong team, aren't they? Because they have another archer here who isn't even in this team, Lin Shichia, who'll be shooting for individual gold against Senya Perova later on today. But they've got real strength and depth at the moment, Chinese Taipei, haven't they?
Yeah, they have a fantastic system in Chinese Taipei. It's all been developed by the best Korean coaches.
So Japan now chasing 52.
9.
And that's a good arrow in that kind of a pursuit.
But Japan will be developing with Tokyo 2020 in mind. They have a long-term project there.
9.
A 9 for Nakamura. You would expect to see her and Hayakawa in contention in Tokyo in 2020, wouldn't you?
Yes, most definitely. I mean, Hayakawa, very experienced. She's had a couple of years out with injury, and she's just come back again this year. Shot well in Shanghai.
Again, beautifully still on the shooting line there, and
Yeah.
another 9 for them.
Yes, there's beautiful technique.
Well, there you have it, ladies and
So
gentlemen.
27 points, same as the final 3 arrows for Chinese Taipei, which means that 50 points for Japan, 52 points for Chinese Taipei. So that means that Chinese Taipei will take the first set and go into a two set points to 0 lead. Remember, it's the first point to
competition here in Antalya, Turkey.
5 points who will win the match.
Those archers watching today, just have a look at how lovely their techniques are, how the delivery off the bow arm. They deliver the bow into the 10. And they hold the follow through a long time. They stay with the shot.
2016 for the Olympic Games.
It's a good example for anybody aspiring to be this level is work on that follow through.
Over at the Odense 2016 World Cup final as well. And Peng Xiamao.
So let's take a quick look at the route they've taken to the final here. Chinese Taipei yet to drop a set in this competition. They defeated Ukraine 6-0 in the quarterfinals, and they defeated the Russian Federation 6-0 as well in the semis.
Also securing an individual bronze.
Yes, Japan need to fight back here. They have to reset. It's only two points down.
Leading the way, 2 set points.
They have to be tough.
What kind of response?
That's the excitement of the set system actually in match play now. I mean, it's changed a lot in the long time that you've been involved in archery, hasn't it? But we'll touch on that in maybe a bit more detail later. But set play really does make the tension swing backwards and forwards in a match.
It really does. You can be seemingly a long way down. You can pull it back in one set. The future can change.
Whatever arrows you shot in the last set, they don't count now. It's about the ones that you've got in your hand.
10.
It's just the start they needed.
It's the first 10 for Japan in this match. Here's Nakamura.
9.
With a 9.
You see a lot of smiling from the Japanese team as well. They're quite a happy team.
Eight
for Hayakawa.
Yeah, she's not got centered yet. She's 2 arrows low.
Eight.
Again, all the Chinese Taipei arrows slightly towards the right, and the 9s and the 8.
Why are we seeing that? I mean, obviously the wind is a factor, although it's dropped a little bit now from where it was.
Yes, it's dropped a little bit. You're just a bit scared sometimes to change your sight or to aim a little bit over.
8.
Again, same kind of
to
group.
the right, yeah. From Lee.
There's always a mental battle going on.
Nine.
So they're giving an opportunity to Japan here.
Eight.
So Japan looking to claw their way back into this match and take this set. They have the advantage slightly.
Yeah, the wind has dropped a little bit, which makes the shot a bit easier, but they have to get centered.
And another 8.
Eight.
They'd be happier if those arrows were landing in the gold right now, Richard, wouldn't they?
Yes, they need to be
Feel a
hitting
bit more
yellow.
secure.
The plan is always to hit yellow.
Eight.
And that's another 8.
Yeah, she's still low left. That's 3 arrows in the same place she's had.
So 51, a point better than they managed in the first set. But will it be enough? 10 for Chinese Taipei. And actually, you could see them, if they bring 2 more good arrows here, they might even take this set as well.
9.
Good shot.
We'll see Lee Chen Ying again. in the bronze medal match in the Recurve women's individual later on this afternoon. So first of 2 medal chances for her.
Yes, that's good.
That's
good
another
shot.
9. And that will be upgraded, but I suspect
there seems to be a question
so.
mark on that
52 points for Chinese Taipei, 51 points for Japan, and that means that it is a 4-0 lead. So Chinese Taipei only need 1 more point to take this match and take the gold medal. And Japan, just with their opening 10 of that second set, looked like maybe they were going to swing it back in their favour, but 4-8 with their last 4 arrows really didn't give them the platform that they needed.
No, they opened the door for Chinese Taipei to come through with an easy set win again. Nice shots of the bow hand on the follow through.
I mean,
Staying
archers
with the shot.
will obsess a little, won't they, about the setup of their bow, the technique that they use, and the equipment that they've got.
Yes, you spend days, weeks, months working on getting the best out of tuning out the bow. They're almost like a Formula 1 car, the way they're balanced and trying to get the best grouping. And obviously, it's a real skill technique sport, so every day they're trying to improve on the skills, trying to hone them.
So, a 3 Musketeers style handshake to get Chinese Taipei underway. And it will be Japan, though, who will shoot first in this third, and what you have to say will be a decisive set, because unless they win this set, Japan...
Yeah, the third set is always crucial. It's one you need to win, whether you're in the lead or you're behind. This is the one, this can turn the whole match.
So Japan know that only a win in this set will do. Even a draw will give Chinese Taipei the single point they need. So here is Japan's opening shot, and it is a 9.
It's a better start. A little bit tight on that shot.
Given where the arrows have been going on the target in this match, 8s are not disastrous arrows by any means, are they? It's a relatively low-scoring affair because of the wind.
That's right.
7.
Although
Again.
7, a rueful look on
Yes.
Nakamura's face there.
She'll be disappointed with that. I've seen her shoot 10 after 10 after 10 in the past.
10.
And there's a 10 from Chinese Taipei. They're determined now, you can see that.
Yes, they're full of confidence. They need to keep the pressure on.
Here's arrow in the 10.
Great shot.
So often you see a team that looks like it's found its rhythm, and then a team on the other side who don't look like they've quite got it together, and that's exactly what we've got here in this match, isn't it, Richard?
Yes, it makes the job much easier for the coach if the archers keep delivering like that.
This is about months of practice, thousands of arrows shot, a whole week of qualification and elimination coming down to this one moment.
9.
A better shot there for Japan, taking them to 33 for this set. This is better from Japan, applying a little bit more pressure. So potentially the final shot of Hayakawa's match here.
She'll want to finish with a 10.
9.
And it is a 9 for her, 51, so consistent scoring for the Japanese team, 50, 52 and 51 with their 3 sets, but
but much lower than all their qualifying scores.
Absolutely. Another 9 for Chinese Taipei. Didn't drop a set on the way here. And they look like they're heading for another 6-0 victory to take them to another gold medal. But all relies on some solid shooting still, and there's
excellent,
a great arrow from Lee. So only a 4 to win.
Nice position to be in. You still have to shoot it.
And it is an 8, so it's gold for this formidable women's team from Chinese Taipei. The first of 4 possible medals here in Antalya today, and they've begun with gold. Li Xianying will shoot again for an individual bronze medal this afternoon. Tanya Ting adding a 6th gold medal to her World Cup tally, and Peng Chiamao, she has another shot at gold in the mixed team this afternoon. But for now, they'll just enjoy this victory as the Japanese team happy with their silver, no doubt. Clenched fists, because it's been a long week, and if you come away with a medal of any colour, Richard,
yeah, fantastic. Silver medal there's nothing to be sad about the silver medal, but gold is where you want to be. The Chinese Taipei, very professional there today. They showed exactly what it takes to win. They obviously good equipment, but their mental game was strong. Physically they're in a good shape, technically great. They were totally controlled all the way through.
And you talked about, as they give their thumbs up to the camera there, the programme they've put in place. They've been planning for this for a long time, haven't they? And their domestic situation is really well set up now to breed some top-level archers, isn't it?
Yes, they are very much a school system going into the universities. They have a lot of good coaches there. The system set up by the guru Korean coaches. They know exactly what they need to do. Great support mechanism, and but actually a lot of nice people there as well.
So congratulations to Chinese Taipei. The first of their appearances on the final field today ends in success with a gold medal in the women's team event, and we'll see them again in the Recurve mixed team event later on this afternoon, and then in the women's bronze and gold and silver medal matches later on too. So just reflecting on what an excellent tournament they've had here this week in Antalya, Turkey. Long trip for them actually from Chinese Taipei to get here.
Yes, it's a long way, isn't it? I guess it's at least a day's travel, but the world is quite small now. We have these circuited competitions all around the world. This is the most busy month of the year.
Yes, a lot of the archers that I've been talking to this week have been saying that they're barely home. You know, the next round of the World Cup is in Salt Lake next week in Utah, and a lot of the archers don't even get to go home in between.
No, I was talking to the Colombian team, and they went to Shanghai for the World Cup, then they went to Istanbul for competition, now they're here, and then they will go to Salt Lake, and then straight after that they've got the Central American Games as well, so they just won't know what home is.
So here we are then, into the men's competition, and it is the Recurve men's team bronze medal match now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field of play.
And 2 countries that we've seen already this morning, actually, but it's the turn of the men now. And walking out onto the field of play.
On the field, the outfit that
yes, another exciting match, a real mixture of experience and new guys in the German team. They've changed 2 of the members from last year's team.
On target number 2.
They're in a definitely
representing
looking
Germany.
for
new archers in Germany, starting off to build up for the next 4-year cycle.
So there we go, the German team. Florian Carlin, Maximilian Weckmuller, and on the end there, Cedric Rieger. So it's Carlin, you would say, who has the most experience out of the 3 of those archers.
He's shot in medal matches here in the past in Antalya. It's one of his favourite places to shoot. I think he'll be relishing the prospect of the match here.
But actually still only 24 himself, so age not really a barrier. It's just about how experienced you are.
Joining us on the field of play.
One to watch in the Japanese team is Furukawa, silver medalist in London 2012. Still shooting fantastically well now. always been high ranked.
Representing Japan.
Beautiful technique.
So let's meet them now. There he is, Takaharu Furukawa.
Oniyama as well is the new guy to the team. Extra little bit of pressure on him.
Yeah, just 22 himself. Actually, the youngest archer on the field. But as you say, Furukawa, London 2012 individual silver medalist, also 2015 bronze medalist in the World Championships, and he's looking for his 14th World Cup stage medal. So he's very, very experienced, is Furukawa.
Yes, and his goal will be to try and get a gold medal in 2020 as well. He's actually an archery coach as well. He teaches at a university. So he's responsible for a new generation of archers as well.
That must be great to be able to give something back to the sport that you've served so well all your career. Here he goes.
8.
Opens up with an 8.
Call that the X10, that small ring in the middle. That's what we aspire to. Again, lovely bow arm, lovely follow through.
So 26 points with the first 3 arrows for Japan. They'll get another 3 for their team in this first set in a moment, but for now we switch to Germany.
Slightly different kind of technique from him.
7.
Riga.
Much lighter string on his face, a little bit more tension and shaking going on.
9.
So a 10 will keep the Germans level.
10.
And it is 10, super shot. So back with Japan. Ranked number 12 in the world at the moment, this Japanese team. Germans ranked 13, so
9.
very close between the two, although we've seen some lineup changes for both teams over the past few months. Is Oniyama. 10 for him.
Really nice.
Kikuchi with the final arrow for Japan.
Wow, that was great, that shot. See how he adjusted his bow arm and rescued the shot right at the end. Good recovery shot.
And it takes a lot of experience and confidence to be able to do something like that too, doesn't it?
It is an attacking sport. You have to attack that middle. You do whatever it takes to hit it.
10.
So another 10 for the Germans.
Great finish from Japan. Germany's same intensity here.
Real tension on that action there. The German archer, but it brings him a 10.
Wow.
3 straight 10s.
So it's 9 to tie, 10 to win. Every arrow is a pressure shot.
8.
And 8. As you say, every arrow a pressure shot. Not unhappy with an 8 in these conditions, but within the context of the match where a 9 was really needed.
He has to have an opportunity to take the pokes there.
So Japan will take the first set and go into a 2 set points to 0 lead. If you're just joining us, you're very welcome here to stage 2 of the 2017 Hyundai Archery World Cup here in Antalya, Turkey. Welcome to our viewers on NBC sports in America. It's very great to have you along. And if you're new to archery, the rules are very simple. In the team event, it's decided by the set system. Each set has 6 arrows in it. Each archer shoots 2 arrows. The maximum you can score is 60 points in a set. After each set, the scores are totaled up, and the team with the highest score takes that set. The set is worth 2 points, and a draw is worth 1 point. And the first to reach 5 set points wins the match. So it is Japan who lead the way with 2 set points, taking the first set very narrowly.
All to play for. German coach there was spending a lot of time trying to motivate his archers for the next end, reset. Try and start as positive as possible.
Difficult balance to strike, perhaps, between motivation and trying to remain calm and stay focused.
Yes, I mean, what you say can totally change a match. You can do something good, or you can say exactly the wrong thing. Right, all to play for.
So here's Cedric Rieger. Found the 10 already in this match.
Start. That's just what they needed. First out of the set is crucial. That sets the tone for the other archers. Takes the pressure off a little bit.
And a 9. And here's Florian Carlin, the most experienced of the 3 German archers.
8.
8 for him.
Almost in the same hole as his previous arrow.
He's ranked 48 in the world at the moment, Carlin, but he has been ranked as high as 3 in May 2015. Furukawa also ranked 3 in previous years, ranked 7 at the moment individually, but finds the 10. An arrow right on the line there, scores a 10, and he's very happy with that arrow as well, he might be. Another arrow in the gold for Japan, this time from the more junior partner of the trio, Noya Oniyama. And here is Hideki Kikuchi, age 31, ranked 44 in the world at the moment, but has been as high as 9 in his career.
9 or 10.
Again, he adjusted his bow just on the instant of execution there and rescued another great 10.
Is that something you would advise young archers
to
rely upon, or is that just a get out of jail measure?
It's a get out of jail. Some guys are just very instinctive that way, and they can feel what's likely to happen. Not everybody can do that. It gets a bit scary. Scary for the coach to watch. That was a very strong, aggressive shot there.
The Germans doing everything they can to swing the match back towards them.
Yeah, they're coming at Japan hard here, aren't they? Yes,
another
super
10,
shooting.
56 points. So 2 better than they managed in the previous set. And that's a strong marker for Japan to try and chase now.
Excellent again. That wind has definitely eased a bit.
Yeah, we can't feel it as much here in the commentary position. You can see the flags, although they're blowing, it looks fairly gentle.
Fantastic.
Another 10 from Germany. Oniyama really playing his part in this match. And another 10, so 3 10s to finish up with for Japan, and unassailably and undoubtedly they are into a 4-0 lead over Germany.
Yes, but that's what I call being centred. That's just keeping around that 10 all the time. It's relentless. That's putting so much pressure on Germany.
The pressure really swinging backwards and forwards over those 6 arrows per team, weren't they? Because, you know, Germany really needed to start strongly, which they did, and that put a little bit more pressure on Japan. And then Japan's arrows, in turn, their first 3 arrows, put a lot of pressure back onto
Yeah, they took the challenge, didn't they? They took the challenge.
You said that Germany were coming hard at Japan. They really did, but Japan were equal to it there. Really dug in.
It's difficult for Germany mentally now. They shot really well in that set and they still lost the points, so they've really got to keep positive. They can still win the next set.
I hear a lot of coaches say to young archers not to dwell on the shot that you've just done and to think ahead. And
to secure a bronze medal.
That's critical here for Germany, isn't it? Not to dwell on the past 2 sets. They've really got to focus on.
Yeah, they have to stay in the present. They've got 1 arrow in the bow, and that's the one they have to shoot. They can't think forward, they can't think back. It's just 1 arrow at a time.
So Cedric Rieger leading off for the German team, as he has done all match, knowing that he needs to find some high-value arrows here if his team are going to come back into this match.
They've got to be really positive. There's no defense in this game. They have to attack. They have to go for that middle. Excellent shot. Shot.
6 from Weckmuller.
He might have overcompensated for the win there.
Nine
for Carlin, bringing it back more to what the Germans know that they need, but 25 on the lower end of what they would have been hoping to score with their first 3 arrows, for certain.
Japan will start to feel confident now. They'll want to close this match out. Super shot.
Good step towards that.
He's a very competent shooter for Ricoh, very experienced.
Little bit of movement on the bow there in the wind, so you can see.
Yes, his bow arm was moving around quite a bit. One arrow can change this match. Holding a long time, there's a difficult shot. Ooh.
9.
He did well to get a 9 out of that shot. He was very anxious there, wasn't he?
Relief on his face.
Yes.
Actually.
He had to really fight to get that one there.
Living on his wits a little bit in this match.
Definitely.
Kikuchi, using all of his experience.
Yes.
9.
Nice shot, just a low.
He shot well, Rieger, actually, in this match.
His bow arm shaking a lot there, he's under pressure.
As he has done all match, actually.
Yeah, super shot.
Very difficult to tell with Weckmuller about whether it's a good shot or not leaving the bow, because
he really attacks the finish. He's putting maximum power into that.
By contrast, Carlin's a little bit more relaxed looking on the line. A 9 for him, 53. So will that 6 from Weckmuller be significant? 3 arrows separating Japan from the bronze medal.
8.
So there's still a chance for Germany here. They'll have some hope.
A lot depending now on the shoulders of Oniyama. He shot beautifully all match.
8.
Wow.
8. Good enough.
A 10 required to win.
So this is a crucial arrow now. We've seen his last 2 shots where he, in fact, all his shots he's rescued them. So he's going to have a lot going on in his mind here.
10 to win if it's a 9.
That was a clean, oh, beautiful.
Look at that.
That was the best shot of the match for him, wasn't it? He actually, great execution.
And he knew it too, as well.
Yes,
He
yeah.
real punching the air after that. Relief as much as joy, actually. And smiling now, but there weren't too many smiles through that match, were they, for either team? They were very, very focused on the action in hand.
Yeah, it's hard to understand just how much pressure there is out there. There's so many things going on in your mind. You're trying to coordinate your technique, you're trying to get the wind, you've got the tension, you've got the crowd, you've got so many things going on. You've got the other team throwing lots of good arrows at you.
So a 5-1 victory for Naoya Oniyama, Hideki Kikuchi and Takahiro Furukawa of Japan. They take the bronze medal here in the 2017 Hyundai World Archery World Cup here in Antalya, Turkey.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
yeah, well-deserved medal there. They shot very well.
All the athletes, the
certainly did. 5-1 there, the margin of victory. You can see on the graphic as the two teams leave the field of play. Acknowledgement to the crowd and from the crowd for the Japanese team. So a silver medal for the women in the team and a bronze medal for the men. So a successful weekend all round for Japan, you would say?
Yes, I think they'll go home very happy. They're always a force to be reckoned with. It's always a dangerous team to shoot against.
And are they building towards Tokyo 2020? Do they have momentum?
Yes, very much so. They've been relatively quiet the last couple of years, but when you're the home team, you're going to get the resources and all the focus towards 2020.
This is a match everyone has been waiting for.
They'll be a tough team the next few years as they build through.
But they'll have some stern competition, won't they? I mean, not least from the two teams that we're about to see, actually, a vastly experienced Italy team and then Kazakhstan, who perhaps not a surprise package this season, but certainly
it's refreshing to see a new team coming through. I mean, I'm first aware of the Kazakhstan team maybe 2008. They started traveling all over the world. They've been to every major competition. They've been on they're an Asian country, so they've been part of the Asian circuits. It's a really tough circuit to come through. I think one of the guys here, he got a medal in the last Youth Olympics. So they've got some talent there. But they have a lovely approach to the sport. They train hard. They play hard. And they do enjoy their archery.
So here we go then, the Recurve men's team gold and silver medal match. And it will be the team from Kazakhstan, who you see there walking out onto the bright blue carpet laid over the shingle beach here in Antalya, Turkey. This purpose-built stadium built for the weekend. The bright blue providing a backdrop to the beautiful trees and the beach and the mountains beyond. Here we are in Turkey, a well-known spot on the World Archery Circuit. And there we have Kazakhstan on target number 2, Sultan Duzabayev, a bow to the crowd, Denis Gankin, a big wave, and Obyek Sadiev, world ranking of 7, and their joint arrow average 9.16. So again, Richard, we hope for high scores from these guys.
It'll be interesting to see how they shot really well against Korea in the last World Cup in Shanghai. They'll be hoping to repeat that again. That was a big surprise, but they earned it.
I've been looking forward to this match in particular, actually, just because you've got the emerging talent of Kazakhstan, if you like, versus an Italian team who's been there, done that, bought the T-shirt and have the medals to show for it.
Yes, so you got Galeazzo, who's it seems like he's been around forever. Olympic gold medals. Nespoli is a real character. He shoots the heaviest bow on the circuit. I think last year he was shooting 60 pounds, which is maybe 6-7 pounds more than everybody else can handle. He has a special training routine, totally unique.
Does that bring him a value that he decides is worth it to shoot such a...
Yeah, he sees that as a way to try and gain an advantage on the opposition. There's advantages and disadvantages of everything. To pull that kind of weight is quite extreme. It takes its toll on the body.
Team Italy will shoot first on target 1.
So we've got Italy to shoot first on target number 1, as indicated by the judge, who goes back to his spot on the shooting line.
Yeah, Paschal, actually the newest member of the team. He's a great emerging talent. Shot well in the individual event here as well.
Yeah, just 20, Paschal, but he'll shoot for bronze in the individuals later on this afternoon. But right now, his focus is on that target, 70 metres away, in this men's gold and silver medal match. And
Nice
he opens
start.
up with a 9, yeah.
Yeah, nice controlled shot. Makes it look easy.
So this is Galeazzo, former world number 1 from 2006. Hugely experienced, and his first arrow shows all that experience, actually, doesn't it?
His mental game is amazing. He never looks stressed. He just smiles. He just does his normal shot. He beats guys with much better techniques than his. He has great power.
8.
Nespoli with an 8, so 27 points to start with. A
So-
little adjustment there.
Reasonable start, but they want to keep them in the yellow.
The little tweak to Nespoli's bow that he did there just as he was walking back. What was that?
Yeah, just a few clicks on his sight. He'll be moving the sight down a little bit and in a bit to try and get right into the centre.
So Kazakhstan opening up with a 10. And here is Denis Gankin with the second of Kazakhstan's shots in this match.
9.
Very
Goal as
determined,
well.
very determined shot. Yeah, Kazakhstan are not being phased by this at all.
So Diev takes his
Fast
shot.
shot. Yeah, fast shot. Certainly it's easier mentally to do a quicker shot. If you start to hold a long time, there's all kinds of voices start to happen in your head. More chances of things going wrong.
And you don't want to eat up all the time for your teammates either, do you?
Exactly.
9.
Scallucci on the line between 8 and 9, but the higher value will count. So 35 now for Italy as their shot clock clicks down into 40 seconds to go.
They'll be wanting to average 9 or better.
34-year-old Marco Galeazzo on the shooting line, and a 9 for him. So a 10 and a 9 with his first 2 arrows in this match. And here's Nespoli, age 29, ranked number 10 in the world at the moment individually.
8.
8 for him, so that adjustment didn't quite pay off, did it?
No.
Because he was wide on one side of the gold and now wide on the other.
Exactly, you can overcompensate sometimes. You have to trust your technique and trust your equipment and trust the wind.
10.
10 to open up for Duzhelbayev. So 2 10s for him with his first 2 arrows.
Excellent shooting from him.
До конца и упор. Хорош.
8.
And you can see on Gankin's face there actually that he was not happy with the way that arrow left the bow.
He knew immediately he released that it wasn't going where he wanted it to go. It's a very fine margin of error.
And another fast shot from Diev.
And he tried to rescue that with his bow arm as well. You see, he almost pirouetted on the line.
Set number 1 is in the
He
books.
got a 9 out of
A
it.
55 to 52 situation.
So 55 points for
Arrow number 4 on the
Kazakhstan and 52 for the Italians, which means that it will be Kazakhstan who go into a 2-0 set point lead in this gold-silver medal final here on the beach in Antalya. I hope you're enjoying the archery here, watching online and watching on NBC Sports in America as well. Richard Priestman, my co-commentator. Richard, what do you make of this contest so far between these 2 great teams?
Yes, the challenge a little bit loose at the beginning though, weren't they? You'd expect them to have been slightly higher, so They're going to have to change their mindset a bit. Again, another coach in the box there with Italy is Netherlands archer Vito van Alten, who was Olympic medalist himself. He'll be trying to use experience to push his archers to do a little bit better this set.
Team Kazakhstan, Team Italy shoots first on target 1.
So it will be Italy shooting first in this second set, as they are behind. They've got to play catch up now, and they can't let Kazakhstan get away from them with another set victory, because they'll be brimming with confidence, Kazakhstan, because they won the last round of this competition in Shanghai last month. And so the Italians really need to lay down a marker here, and it will be Paschal Uchi.
Again, Kazakhstan's got nothing to lose. They're on the crest of the wave at the moment.
A lovely opening from the Italians.
Yeah, just what they needed. Again, the wind good at the moment.
A 10 and a 9 to start with for Galeazzo, and another 10 for him. Confidently striding back from the shooting line, knowing he's done his job. And this is Nespoli.
9.
Finds the gold eventually. His adjustments have paid off.
He's getting closer, getting closer. He'll still want more. So pressure's on Kazakhstan now.
10.
3 10s in a row. Duzalbayev.
He didn't take part in the team that won in Shanghai, so he's got a little bit to prove, you might think, whereas the other two, Gankin here, who you can see at full draw, and Sodiev, who will follow him,
9.
both in that Kazakhstan team. A little bit of a shock, you would say, that they defeated Korea in Shanghai last month.
Yes, very much so. Korea will be very disappointed with that result.
They pretty much swept the board elsewhere, didn't they? And for them not to close out yet another final would have been a bit of surprise, both to them and to everybody watching.
Korea is an amazing nation, incredible pedigree, but the rest of the world is catching them up.
9.
Korea are not taking part in this competition this week, but there's no guarantee they would have made these finals. So many good teams out there now. Everybody wants to beat them.
10.
So 10 for Galeazzo. As you say, Richard, teams like Italy, who've got a long track record of success, perhaps the absence of the Koreans in this leg of the competition presents them with a really strong opportunity to add to their medal haul.
Exactly.
10.
Beautiful 10 right down the middle from Nespoli. He knows it. Look at that. 58 points, only 2 dropped from a potential 60. So the pressure really on Kazakhstan, but they are shooting beautifully themselves. Duzalbayev will go again for them.
The only left-hander so far.
8.
That was a loose shot.
It was his first shot out of the gold, actually, in the whole match. A little exhalation from the watching crowd as well, knowing that that might be a critical factor in this second set. Adds a little bit more pressure to Gankin now, and you can see he's taking his time to find his range. A 9.
Just outside the 10. Yeah, that was a beautiful shot.
So Diev taking Kazakhstan to 56, but it was 58 for Italy. So they've done what the
And 2 9s for the sum total
Team
of
before
59
couldn't
to
do,
go.
and they've swung the pendulum back in their favour, haven't they? They've wrested a little bit more control back over this match.
Yes, you know, Italy ought to be the favourites. They'll be thinking that they've pulled it back to 2-2. They'll want to move it forward now, keep the pressure on.
It'll be interesting to
Interesting
see how,
test,
the
actually,
situation evolves
to
from
see how
now onwards. Let's
Kazakhstan
go to
can
the
cope with
crowds a
this,
little bit, ladies
because
and gentlemen.
whilst
Who do we have
beating a
in
very,
store
very strong
today?
team like
Do we have any
Korea in the
support
last
for Team
round was an
Kazakhstan?
undoubtable achievement, actually. Now
Do
they've
we
been
have any
pegged back
support
by
for
a team
Team
like Italy with all that
Italy?
experience.
Italia.
That really will test their resolve, won't it?
Yes, exactly. There's no easy matches. There's no easy arrows. We will just see how they cope with this match. This is a set they need to get back in the middle again.
Ladies and gentlemen, Team Italy will shoot first on target 1.
So Italy defeated the USA 6-2 in the quarterfinals and Japan 5-1 in the semis. And Kazakhstan took out France 5-3 in the quarters and defeated Germany in the semi-finals to make their way to this gold medal match. And we're back with Italy on target number 1. And David Pascalucci.
Nine.
Good start.
Here's Galeazzo.
10.
Yes, and again, good 10. It's very calm under pressure.
Yeah, 9 World Cup stage medals for him, including 4 gold between 2006 and 2010, but nothing since then. So looking to end a 7-year wait for a World Cup gold medal.
10.
Yes.
Nespoli, his teammate, helping into that with another 10.
Yes, he's found the middle now.
His first 2 arrows were 8s, north and south of the target, weren't they?
Yes.
And then those readjustments, he found his range.
Took him a while to get centred, and he needs to keep that now.
So here we are, Kazakhstan.
Oh, shaking a bit here.
6.
He'd lost control of that shot.
Pressure telling a little bit, perhaps, on Duzhelbayev.
Yeah, he's the youngest member of the team.
10.
From
Good
Gankin.
recovery.
So Oybek Saidiev.
Yeah, they need a 10 here.
8.
Would he have been wiser to alter his shot a little bit there? He's been shooting very, very quickly.
Yeah, that's just his natural shot, is to shoot quickly. Just wasn't precise enough.
Pascalucci with another 10. 3 straight 10s now for the Italians.
Yeah, they're looking very confident now, aren't they?
The determination etched onto Galeazzo's face.
7.
But a 7 for him.
A loose shot.
So a 7 and a 6 on that scoreboard there. So that's evened things up a little bit. Nespoli, the final
10.
arrow for the Italians.
Good 10. Good 10.
And he knows that that's a crucial 10. 56 points. Here's Duzhelbayev looking to make up for that 6, and he does.
Good recovery from him.
Perhaps a little word in his ear from the coach there just to settle him down.
I guess so, yes. Again, very experienced coach. He's been around the team many, many years.
10.
Ranking 2 10s in this set, doing his job for the team. And another 10 for Kazakhstan. 54 points for them, but it is the Italians now who edge ahead. They were behind 2-0, but now they've taken the last 2 sets, so they are into a 4-2 lead, Richard, and a real test now for Kazakhstan.
Yeah, they have to win this set now. They can't draw the set or lose the set. They have to win. Kind of focuses the mind a bit more. They have to be ruthless now. They have to attack.
You can see Galeazzo there in slow motion.
Number 32 is the anchor at 26.
Arrows leaving the bow there.
Individual and team world champion, Copenhagen 2015 team silver medalist.
Yeah, some nice close slow motion shots there. Some nice releases going on.
London 2012 Olympic champion in team competition.
And Italy looking confident now.
An average of 9.18 per arrow shot.
They'll use their confidence as well from their track record, when
but also
the
Athens 2004
Galeazzo and Nespoli, part of the London 2012 team gold medalists.
Yeah, they've been there and done it all. They can draw on all those great experiences from their past.
Silver in Beijing in 2008. Galeazzo himself an individual gold medalist in Athens in 2004.
Yes, and experience plays a big part in these kind of matches.
Helps you relax, I suspect, and to trust what you've said, which is you've trained all week, you've shot all week. You don't need to do anything different. You just need to do what you do.
Just do the normal shot, aim in the middle, and let the bow shoot the arrow.
So for the first time in this match, then it will be Kazakhstan playing catch-up, knowing that they must win this set to keep the match alive.
8.
And an 8 opening up.
Yeah, not the start they were wanting.
Not at all. But if there's one man it looks like they can rely on, it's Denis Gankin.
9.
Another 9 for him.
Yeah, and a bit of an anxious shot there, but managed to get a 9 out of it.
Kazakhstan looking to repeat their victory from Shanghai last month, but they have it all to do here
9.
in Antalya.
Italy need to keep cool here, just no complacency.
Or a little rueful look on his face, even before the arrow had hit the target there.
A little bit loose on the execution there.
So both teams opening up with an 8 from their lead archer.
10.
But a 10 from Galeazzo is exactly what the Italians need to keep the pressure on here.
Nine.
9 from Nespoli. Very good.
So 1 point up.
It's kind of where you want to be at this stage, isn't it? Just to have your nose in front when you've already got 4 set points on the board.
Yeah. Kazakhstan need 3 good arrows now, 3 high-scoring arrows to stand any chance.
Got to be 10s, really.
8.
And another 8 for them.
Yeah, she's a bit loose again, just dropped low.
Well, this will be a learning curve for Sultan Dushelbayev to shoot on a stage like this with all of these archers around him. He'll take positives away from this match, as they all will.
10.
Gankin very, very consistent all the way through the match, actually.
Very experienced competitor.
What would he give for a 10 now? Saitiev.
Wow,
oh, he's
got it. He rescued that one a little bit.
It didn't look on at all, did it? He was
so
quick off the line, 54 points.
Yeah, 27 to tie the set and take the point to win.
10.
That helps.
10. Yeah.
Takes the pressure off the last 2 archers. Nice position to be in. Can they close it out?
Nine.
Steady shot.
And 8 required to win.
So 8 to win, as you see there on the scoreboard for Italy. Anything higher than an 8 will
9
take.
seconds, 8 seconds left. 3.
And it is an 8, just enough, using all the time available, and a little bit of relief even perhaps.
Yes, he was a little bit anxious on the last one. He held twice as long as he normally holds, so when you're holding 60 pounds, that's a tough shot.
So it's Italy who have the gold medal. The day belongs to them. They used all of that vast experience that they have in their team. Marco Galeazzo, one of the most decorated athletes in world archery, has a 5th gold medal in World Cups, ending a 7-year wait. Mauro Nesoli adding a 2nd gold to his haul, and David Paschal gets his day off to a perfect start. He shoots again for individual bronze this afternoon. But for now, it's all about those celebrations. Embraces on the shooting line. Italy take gold here in stage 2 of the Hyundai Archery World Cup in Antalya. And that was a fantastic match, Richard.
Oh, I really enjoyed that. There was a lot of emotions going on in those matches. The archers were fighting all the time, fighting the wind, fighting the situation. Really great for me as a coach to study what the top archers are doing. I'm always looking for strengths and weaknesses in all the individuals, and I will learn and use that when have matches with my team against these teams in the future.
Superb win in Shanghai weeks ago.
If you learn anything from watching these guys shoot, and the women before them, it's the margin of error is so fine. And,
yes,
and something perhaps that you don't appreciate, although you can see it on a shot like the one we're looking at now, is just the vast distance, 70 metres between the archers and the targets, and they're routinely hitting the goal, which is tiny and far away.
It's the yellow or the gold is, it was actually made to be roughly the size of a head. That's how small it is, or the size of a plate. 70 metres almost the length of a football pitch. It's a long way, and with this kind of wind blowing, that kind of wind can blow it almost off the target if you don't allow for it. You have to try and, it's a guesstimate really how far you need to aim off. You set your sights, you would always be aiming in the middle. You might have to aim off when the wind gets a bit stronger. So they could be aiming into the red or even into the blue, and that's how they can hit the middle, or mistakes can happen.
So the field crew building the podium for the medal presentations, which will be up here again very, very shortly. We'd like to say thank you to all the volunteers, actually, because in a sport like archery, we really do rely on the volunteer effort from the local organising committees of the various countries that we visit. It wouldn't be possible without their hard work and the army of people who work here all week. So from all of us here at World Archery, thank you to the volunteers who've been getting stuck in comparison to the holiday makers and locals here on the beach on Sunday morning in Antalya.
Yeah, we all love to come here to Antalya. It's a great venue, great weather. It's a great challenge with the beach. It's just a great competition to come to.
So as we await the medal presentations, Richard, it's probably worth looking ahead to the action this afternoon. And some great matches there. And the mixed team's worth talking about, isn't it? Because we've had an interesting development in Olympic sport just in the last 24 hours, with the Recurve mixed team being added to the roster for Tokyo in 2020.
Yes, that's fantastic news for all federations. It's more medals we can go for. Certainly when you look at funding and support that you get from the NOCs, when they see there's more medals to go for, they can put more resources into your sport. Certainly crucial for GB Archery, UK Archery.
The victory ceremony.
And actually, in the mixed
the
team,
Recurve
the
women's
GB team
event.
have had some success recently as well, haven't they?
Yes, we've had medals in mixed team in the past. We had a 6th place in Shanghai last month, and it's a really exciting event. It's just one man, one woman. It's a very even competition. It's not dominated by any one nation. It gives every team will have some confidence that they can get a medal in Tokyo. Really exciting.
Turkish Olympic Committee Secretary General.
And it will certainly change the way we train as a team as well. We'll give a lot more focus to that.
Presented by Zafer Turkoglu.
It's a great event to watch as well, the Recurve mixed team, isn't it? As you say, with the 2 archers, men and women, competing next door to each other. There's not a lot of sports that do that actually, and it just reflects.
Germany.
Yeah, I mean the men tend to use heavier equipment. They'll be pulling 6, 8, 10 pounds more on the fingers, but quite often the women will outscore the men.
So here we go then, the presentation for the Recurve women's team, and Michelle Kroppen with a medal around her neck. And a medal too for Elena Richter. And a handshake and a medal for Lisa Unruh, the German team, taking away a bronze medal from this stage of the World Cup. And all 3 archers to be very proud of their efforts this week.
Oh, fantastic. And just to get on the podium is such a... You just feel so fantastic when you're up there. There's no feeling like it, really.
Representing
Especially
Japan.
when you get to hear your own anthem as well. Always a happy team, Japan, always smiling.
Hayakawa there.
So Ren Hayakawa takes her medal.
Nakamura Miki.
Miki Nakamura in the middle there.
Sugimoto Tomomi.
Tomomi Sugimoto with her medal as well. The Japanese team laying a foundation for this season and also for future seasons as we build towards Tokyo 2020. Exciting to see them in action. Very good to see them here in the European circuit as well.
Now, gold medal.
And as they
representing
hold hands,
Chinese Taipei.
reflecting the unity of their team, up they go, all 3 of them together. Congratulations to the team from Chinese Taipei. A gold medal for them. And what promises to be a really successful day of action with 3 more medal chances for their team coming up.
Yeah. Incredible shooting all week from Chinese Taipei. Every match they've been relentless. They've had high scores which would have matched any of the men's teams as well. They really strong. The women shoot the same distance as the men, 70 metres, no difference, but really outstanding performance from them.
So Li Chenying, Peng
Ladies and
Xiaomao
gentlemen,
and Tanya
please
Ting
stand
will turn now
for the
towards
anthem of
the big
Chinese
screen
Taipei.
as we all hear the anthem of Chinese Taipei.
I think we'll hear this anthem quite a few times over the next few years. Outstanding team.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to our athletes.
A lovely applause from the crowd here to show their appreciation for the athletes. Bronze for Germany, silver for Japan, and a gold medal for Chinese Taipei. And they all look very happy with their efforts. as well they might. So as they walk back, as they will do in a few moments, Richard, they'll go back towards their coaches, won't they? I mean, what kind of things would you as a coach be saying to your archers if they'd made the podium?
Yeah, we'll be trying to focus on the positive things that they did. In the short term, it's all about the positives, what they did right, what they won't dwell on any little mistakes or anything that didn't quite go right at this point. That's something to talk about next week when they get back to the practice range. The coach will have picked up on all the weaknesses from the matches. Even the winners, there'll be weaknesses there, and they'll want to make it stronger for next time. It's all about increasing the probability of a good shot, and these matches are won and lost on little errors, the 8s, the 7s and the 6s. If you cut those out, then you have a real chance of winning, and that's what we try to do, really.
Will you review video footage?
Yes, you look back at the video. You look at every, one little millimetre of error somewhere will be an 8 at the other end of the target. Very fine margin of error. But you'll be looking at the physical strength, the mental strength. That's certainly the physical side. They're all pretty fit guys, but the mental game is really where it's won or lost. They'll do a lot of work on the visualization, the positive affirmations. It's just, it never stops.
So while we wait for the men's team to come out and collect their medals, I just wonder, there may be plenty of people watching today who are looking at this thinking, that's something I fancy having a go at. What advice would you give to young people who are just starting out and looking maybe to take up archery for the first time?
Certainly in Great Britain, there's a lot of, we have over 47,000 archers, over 500 clubs. There's you have to look at what kind of archery you actually want to do. Do you have aspirations to be an Olympic champion, or do you want to do compound bows? Do you want to do long bows? There's traditional bows. There's fantastic recreational clubs. There's a club for every kind of archer in England. One of the cool thing about archery is you can win an Olympic medal standing still. You don't have to run around a track. You don't have to swim across a pool. There's lots of things you don't have to do. But yes, you do have to train really hard. There's a lot of physical preparation required, mental preparation, but you stand still. It's a different kind of sport, very tough sport, very high skill level. You should try it.
And the rewards, as you can see, can be great. You look at someone there like Marco Galeazzo and the Italian team with his hands behind his back there. He's won it all, but this medal won't mean any less to him than any of the other medals that he's won in his long career.
Winning is fantastic. There's no substitute for winning. Nobody likes to lose. But you get this incredible kaleidoscope of emotions in archery. You do get highs and lows through your career. But when you do get to stand on that podium, fantastic. That's what it's all about.
Representing Japan, here are the archers who will take home a bronze medal. Hard-fought match for them with Germany. Takahiro Furukawa, the lead archer in that trio, you would say. Hideki Kikuchi, he also shot very bravely and very well, finishing off the match for them.
Oniyama Naoya.
And Naoya Oniyama, the junior of the three. And looking a little bewildered, stood there on the podium. This is probably a newish experience for him, and one I hope that he manages to take in and savour.
Yeah, I'm sure he's happy to get bronze, but he'd rather have gold.
Flowers for all the competitors as well, which, as we said yesterday in commentary, represents a little bit of a challenge for those archers who have to go home on an aeroplane.
Representing Kazakhstan.
But they all managed to take them home.
And the silver medal this time for the team from Kazakhstan. They couldn't quite repeat their success of Shanghai last month, but Sultan Duzhelbayev now has a silver medal around his neck, and Denis Gankin there with a silver to add to his gold, and Oybek Saidiev, a silver medal for him as they come second in this.
Yeah, another great performance from Kazakhstan. They'll get great world ranking points from this. They're already in 7th place. This is going to take them up maybe into the top 4. Certainly a team to be beat in the future. And a good example to all teams around the world. You know,
And now,
anything is possible.
gold medal, representing Italy.
They're getting onto the top step of the podium. A richly deserved gold medal for Marco Galeazzo of Italy. And Mauro Nespoli getting the handshake and the medal. And of course, David Paschal, hoping perhaps for the first of 2 medals for him, potentially, in today's finals. Italy are the gold medalists here in Antalya, Turkey. Congratulations to them. And they really, really did play a fantastic match.
Yes, well deserved. Very professional performance. They kept in control the whole match. Slow start in the first set, but after that they shot really well.
Please stand
So,
for the national anthem
as
of
is
Italy.
their right in their honour, we now stand and listen to the Italians' national anthem.
Very motivational anthem from Italy. It's always love to hear that one.
Round of applause to our athletes.
Absolutely, and the Italian team taking the applause as they richly deserve for their excellent week's efforts. So Italy have had a very, very good weekend, actually. They performed creditably in the compound team events yesterday as well. But that about wraps it up here for the action this morning in Antalya. The morning matches are all done. Glory for Chinese Taipei in the women's competition and for Italy in the men's competition. My thanks go to Richard Priestman for his expert insight this morning. Thank you, Richard, for joining us.
My pleasure. So all those matches today, you've seen exactly what it takes to win.
And they've laid down the standard for the archers who will follow this afternoon. My name's Stephen George. You've been watching live coverage of the 2017 Hyundai Archery World Cup Stage 2 in Antalya, Turkey. Thank you to viewers from NBC in the US and across the world watching online. Do get involved with the conversation by following @WorldArchery on Twitter, and we'll see you back here on the beach when the action continues at 3 p.m. local time with the mixed teams and the individual matches. Do join us then if you can. But for now, from us here, it's goodbye.
Men individual matches as well, so lots to look forward to this afternoon, including a gold medal match on the men's side of the field that will feature 2 athletes that walked away with medals from the Ricoh.
Wow.